Good morning. So we're on our second morning with Co. He is the foster rescue that we have for about 30 days to do a board and train. And I kind of wanted to talk about what it looks like with a dog that is kind of shut down. What do you do? How do you work through that? But also talk to you about when you bring a rescue into your home for either foster or for long term care, because you plan on keeping that dog, how you should be kind of approaching that situation. A lot of people will rush things and overwhelm the dog, and you really have to pay attention to the dog and listen to the dog because although they're not talking, they're giving you a lot of information. So I'm going to flip this around so you guys can see where he's at. He is on his safe space. So there's three places a dog should feel safe is at your side, which he doesn't know me well enough yet to feel that I am a ally of his. In his crate, which he absolutely defaults to his crate when he starts to panic, and the place cot, which he took to right away, which I find most dogs do take to right away when they have a little bit of an adjustment period happening. I don't have to do anything other than just point to it. He goes to it, lays down. Place work isn't something that there's no magic wand to it. You literally just put the dog there and that's how that kind of works. So we did a little bit of leash work yesterday and, of course, he pancakes to the ground, which one of the reasons he is pancaking to the ground, that is when a dog goes flat to the ground, is he wants to make himself look smaller, that he is not a threat. This is not a dog, based on my observations, I have to worry about biting or anything along those lines, but he will bolt. If he is pushed too far, he is going to bolt. Again, he doesn't find safety yet with humans. So when you bring in a rescue dog that is not bouncing off the walls and super over adrenalized and over aroused, which is a totally different thing to have to manage, if you bring in a dog such as him, what he needs is rest, sleep, and low expectations. When you bring a dog such as him into your home, the last thing you want to do is bring a bunch of people over to meet him, take him a bunch of different places, flood him to the point that he is so overwhelmed and scared that you might push him to the point that he does something that's undesirable. This type of settling in can take up to a week to a week and a half. There are no expectations for this board and train other than to get him out of his comfort zone, help him be a little more independent, and help him realize he can do some harder things. There is a delicate balance when it comes to rescue dogs. There's this balance of being supportive, empathetic, and giving him the support that he needs. But on the other side of it, also encouraging him to try new things and that he can do hard things and that things aren't going to hurt him. As a caregiver, trainer, whatever it is, you have to figure out what that balance looks like. He has to go down the stairs to go to the bathroom, although that hasn't been an issue. What I'm getting at is that is something that I would encourage him to do. There's little things along those lines that you're going to have to give him a little more coercion to move forward. At this stage in the game, he is not taking food, but he does have good food drive per his previous or the rescue that has him. That's excellent to know because I'll know when he's starting to get comfortable when he is taking food. Food can also mask a lot of problems if you have a dog that comes in and they're grabbing food really hastily out of your hand and they're still just bouncing off the walls and over adrenalized. That's not necessarily an easier dog to train. There's a lot more complexities happening there. So in the description of this, I'm going to list the three things that you should do when you first bring a dog into your home. But the main thing is quiet, listen to them, take baby steps, and let them kind of tell you what they are ready to do. Keep your sessions short. So even my leash work sessions, normally when a dog comes into board and train, I do 10 minutes of leash work approximately every hour to every other hour, depending on the rotation of my work schedule for the day. With him, I'm only doing 5 minutes. That's it. We have some inclement weather here, so today is not going to be one of those days that we're going to be doing that. So we're just going to do place work and still just let him settle in. It's really important that you take your time with your rescue dogs because they, once again, have had a lot of trauma and they've also done a lot of things that potentially kept them alive. Not necessarily bad behavior, but it kept them alive. So be empathetic, be patient, and give your dog time to adjust.